Shit, Hannah Barron signing the DMs. Got the cape.
You know we're live right now.
She knows.
That's your one?
I don't know. Eva Mendes was always on there, and Angelina Jolie, and it kind of.
Oh, that looked terrible.
Hey.
Turn the volume.
All right.
Turn the phone volume all the way down.
It's down.
Mute your mic.
I like that sound. How do you do that?
All right.
All right.
Well.
It ain't me.
Turn the volume.
I'm down. How about now?
All right, there you go. All right, everybody. We're getting ready to go live here in about 1 minute, even though we're live right now.
Chaos. The Donald kept us a little busy.
Right. We were doing okay on time. However, once we got, towards the end of Don's speech, he came over, started pointing at us, tossing tins of Zin into the crowd. It was insane. So we're running a little behind schedule, and we apologize.
He's talking shit in the comments already. Yeah, that's right. They put me in the I can't say it. This young kid's here like Tommy. I can't say it. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining. So yes, we were live before. We're at the obviously we're at the American Outdoor Show, sponsored by the NRA and Mr. Donald Trump. He was one of the keynote speakers for tonight.
Dude, you're watching the show already? We didn't even start yet.
I'm just bullshitting.
All right, that's fine. Go ahead.
Got 14 people here, man. They want to go.
All right,
they want to go. We want to eat. We got dead battles.
Yeah,
on the
we
phones.
do want to eat.
Manja and Slancha.
That's it. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Pursuit Live, brought to you by Pursuit Energy. If you haven't already, head over to pursuitenergy.com. Use code 10LIVE to save 10% on your energy drink purchases. With me, as always, is my partner in lives, Mr. Dave Hawkins.
What's up, everybody?
We are celebrating our 1-year anniversary, and we went to our meeting place today. It was very special. And this year, we're sharing it with another special guest, Mr. Mike Nitre.
What's up, everybody?
Of the Garden State Outdoorsman's podcast. And as many of you may have already seen, we had another special guest join us on an earlier live, the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and hopefully soon the 47th President of the United States. So tonight, we don't really have a formal show for you guys. We said we kind of get into a little bit of the recap of the show. We walked around a little bit today, so we're just kind of going to get into it, and then we'll kind of get into how the night ended for us a little bit later. So I don't know who wants to take off.
Well, why don't we let our guest go?
All right, let's go, Mike. Let's hear it.
Well, Bianca and I, we got up yesterday, right? Yesterday. So we got up yesterday, got checked in, went to the show, and really all we did, because we knew you guys were coming and we were probably going to get into the rest of the stuff, is we went to go see, what was the guy, Hunt Chef. And oh my God, let me tell you, we had some of the best venison dishes that we've ever had.
Good.
It was absolutely amazing. He used maple syrup,
Okay.
a maple whiskey or maple bourbon. Maple whiskey, and let me tell you, absolutely loved it. So once we get home, we're definitely going to be going to try to recreate that recipe.
Nice.
But then, today the boys came in, met up with the boys, and got to walking around and kind of we had our eyes on scouting. We had a scouting mission, and now we know kind of where exactly we need to go tomorrow, what we are going to be buying, who we want to talk to, things like that. So really excited for tomorrow. We had a great day today, but really excited for tomorrow as well.
What's one thing like you really want to take a look at tomorrow after walking around a little bit today?
I want to check out more saddle stuff. I want to check out more platforms, things like that. I love my saddle by Wild Edge, but I do want to try something different for the next season. So I'm going to keep probably the same platforms. I'm running 2 different Wild Edge platforms. Love them both, but I am in the market to probably get a new saddle to try something else out. I do like the Wild Edge, but I want to try to find something a little more comfortable.
Okay.
And
we've seen a lot of like carbon fiber stuff. We talked about it a little bit today. That's something interesting. I want to look at.
That platform by Tethered, I believe it was.
Oh, the new
whatever composite.
It's it's a polymer.
Yeah, that really had my eye.
Yeah. Well, let's touch on it. So, I mean, basically, obviously, I'm a bigger guy. There's no hiding that. It's whatever.
Well, let's preface this. He might be a bigger guy this way, but this way he's definitely still lacking.
Yeah. Go scratch, Chris. Anyway, so whatever composite material it is, obviously we're gonna get some more info on it tomorrow. Here's my thinking though: real cold temperatures. Obviously, when things get cold, like plastics, they just tend to get brittle. Now, obviously, all these companies, they do extensive research, extensive testing. So I'm sure they're not going to put out something that's not safe. It's just what's the noise factor? You know, after a couple seasons or even late season of this thing sitting in, let's say, 0 degrees, maybe you get one of those cold spells. Next time you go to stand on it, is a chunk of it going to fall off? I don't know. I'm just curious. So the weight factor, though, like Mike was saying, some of these new products, it's unreal. I think it was the sticks that Chris has, those Tethered One sticks.
Yeah.
So 4 of those. And this isn't a knock. I love my XOP setup, but 4 of the Tethered sticks was probably less than one of my X3 sticks. Now, granted, it has 3 steps and they're made out of aluminum. It's slightly apples and oranges, but there definitely is something to these lighter components if they're in the budget. That's always where that fine line comes in. What stage of the game are you at? So, but this is the one thing we said. If you guys are looking for new products and you have access to come to a show like this or one that's even smaller, and you can actually get your hands on the products, try the products, that's the best thing. There's nothing better than that, to actually try it, use it before you buy it. Because then, all right, you wait for when it's on sale online or something, then you know exactly what you're getting for. Yeah. What do you think,
That's
Chris?
accurate. Well, unfortunately, the downside of owning 2 of literally everything on the market is when you show up to these shows, very rarely is there something new for you to look at. So I think one of the things that I'm really going to be looking at is, as Mike mentioned, the polymer platform from Tethered. That's something I'd like to look into. As much as everybody wants to say, we're going to go look at Osseo gear, we may go say hello.
There's already something in the comments.
It is funny they put them right across.
However, I will say somebody very smartly and strategically placed a bunch of Sitka gear right across from Osseo, just so everybody knows what the standard is.
Yes.
I think for me, really, the Outfitters Hall is something that I want to take another lap around.
Agree.
As everybody knows, I've got 2 big hunts planned this year. Next year, and because of my Africa trip this spring, I had to push off my plans to do an axis deer hunt in Texas till probably next year. So that's something I'm probably going to shop around again this year. I think other than that,
I want to get in the saddle. I mean, obviously, we've talked about
getting Dave in the saddle. Last year,
it's gonna happen.
He refused, even though.
I don't know why.
Well, you know what? Pat got in it, and anybody who knows my buddy Pat, the whole enchilada, not a deer hunter. All right, die-hard waterfowl hunter, die-hard bird hunter, not a deer hunter. Was totally against the saddle until he sat in it. Don't mind Dave; he's having some safety issues over there. Dave had half a drink and he's wasted. All right, we had 4 French fries and 3 pancakes all day.
Yeah.
So, but Pat got in the saddle last year, and even though he's not a deer hunter, it's not something that he would really. All right, it didn't suck, Pat. I have a video of you talking to Greg Godfrey, the founder of Tethered, telling him, this actually works. It's pretty comfortable. I could do this. I'm not a deer hunter, but yeah, if I was, this would be great. So we're lower your voice a little bit there.
Right.
You know, Chief.
The practicality is there. That's what he was saying. He's like, I can see why guys would use this.
We are going to get Dave didn't get into it. We're going to get him in it this year. And luckily, Tethered had the foresight to bring telephone poles and set them up in the archery hall.
They did.
So Dave will have the opportunity to have real world testing experience in the saddle, and that's something I'm looking forward to seeing tomorrow, and spreading the joy and glory that is saddle hunting, and hopefully Dave accepts that into his heart.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for somebody to come around and just start twisting me around the pole.
Listen, I think you're going to really enjoy it. I think it's going to be a huge game changer. And I remember talking to you last year. Part of the issue was I think you got the XOP stuff, and then like you went. Did you go to the show? Or no, you
I
you went to
tried my
the show.
setup
Yeah,
to-
you
yeah.
tried your setup at the show last year,
Mhm.
and I 100% I'm with you on that. Like once you have your mindset, especially when you see it in person and you've climbed or you felt everything, it's like, all right, now that's exactly when we go with.
Exactly. And
Now
I
you're
the comfort level
yeah.
was there. I felt good with it. And we were talking today, the way I describe what I bought, I have the XOP platform. I think it's maybe the Banish. Don't quote me on that, but I have it on my page. Nice, sturdy aluminum platform, wide base. And then I ended up going with 4 of the X3 steps. I went with the X3 steps, again, thinking about late season. You normally got a couple more layers on, so there may be times where having that step in the middle, when you're bundled up a little bit to whatever extent, that might actually help you.
Yeah.
Now, again, these are all aluminum products. They're sturdy as all hell. Now, I equate that setup to a tool. I wasn't using the tool necessarily the best way. I was trying to use it as a daily mobile setup. What I did was I used that as a pre-hung set, locked it to the tree. It's in a very good spot. I'm very comfortable with that. And now I'm using that setup the way the tool's, in my opinion, to be designed. And again, we talked about it today. Everybody's hunting scenario is different. Some guys have quad access. Some guys have e-bike access. Some guys can drive to within 100 yards of where they're hunting.
Some guys have bucket trucks that bring them right up to the cross members, and then they just tie in right there.
Exactly. So, what is a mobile setup to you? What is a mobile setup to somebody else when they have literally automobile access to get to their spots or very close to it?
Yeah.
So, at this point, I'm treating it as it's just another tool in the arsenal at that point. I'm still going to keep my climber. I hunt very suburban spots where it's literally I'm going in maybe 100 yards. My climber, not a problem. Rock and roll all day. I'll have a couple of pre-hung sets in this swamp that I'm working on. And now the saddle. That saddle will really that's going to stay in the truck. If the rut comes and I see deer bouncing around all different spots or the cameras are acting up, then, good sign. All right, let's go to the saddle. Now I can walk in with a nice light pack. I can go half a mile, 3/4 of a mile in if I need. And it's not 40 pounds. I'm trying to get a pack to be about 20, 25 pounds. That'll be about half of what I'm carrying.
Which is kind of what you want to look for, especially
Yeah.
being at that mobile setup. Honestly, I'm probably running the same thing. Maybe even less than that. I'm actually running less because my camera arm is from Lone Wolf.
Okay.
So it's a very light camera arm.
Yeah.
Literally
slim profile.
it's very slim.
Yeah.
I am trying to be as light as possible. My B sticks are extremely light too, but now, of course, when I got the B sticks, all these other sticks have come out in 3. But you know what? It's always great having options. You're having the climber, you're having, now the XOP stuff. Now, if when you do get into the saddle, that's just more avenues. It's more, never hurts to have more.
And at the very least, backups. Something does break.
Backups,
If you leave in a pre-hung set and got your locks.
Well,
Chris made a good point too. He's like, bro, don't worry about getting tethered sticks right now. You got 2 sets of sticks you could use if you wanted to.
listen, this year, I started using my old climbing sticks that I would use for all my pre-hung sets.
Right.
And I went and I set those up, just left them up there, and that's what I use as my platform and sticks. And I just climb up, and for a 2-hour hunt,
Exactly.
it's comfortable.
Yeah.
It gets the job done, so I don't have to do the hassle of carrying everything in, lugging everything up, setting up if I'm running late from work or whatever the case is, or I can just get up real quick, especially in the winter. I've noticed summertime, or early season, no problem. I can run around the woods with all my gear on me, no problems. We're not really dressed warm, it's easy. Once after rut hits, that mobile aspect, for me at least, kind of dies down, and I am just lugging too much gear. I'm eating too much food. I'm eating too much goodies and desserts. I haven't really worked out. Yeah. So I kind of want to just have my sets hung, as many as I can. So guess what? I can just go right. Takes me 30 seconds to climb up. No problems. Where early season, it's no problem. You know, you have a lot more cover, things like that. So,
and I have said that there's nothing lighter at that point than a pre-hung set.
Yeah.
If we're talking about what's the lightest setup, pre-hung. You know, there, you know, as light as a saddle kit will be, you're carrying nothing in but your bow at that point.
Exactly. Yeah.
One other thing you guys should mention is what was those steps you and Chris were looking at? They're different
the cam over steps.
I have seen them, but again, I think we all kind of agree they seem clunky because they don't really. I don't know how they stack together. They're individual.
So
go ahead.
I've seen them stacked together. They look completely. My biggest problem with those is that whole tying. You have to cinch it down correctly.
Okay.
And then how much of a pain in the butt is it when you take it down, get it all together, wrap it? Like, I'm trying to get down as quickly as possible, as quiet as possible. The cool thing about my steps is they all just go together real quick. Exactly. And I put, for the beast, I have like a little metal beam that I put through, and I just screw it in, and there you go. Then it's hooked on. What does it look like after that? Do I have to tie stuff? Do I have to do this? Do I have to do that? Exactly. But for a pre-hung set, that's something I'm interested in actually getting, is for a pre-hung set, or to carry with, you know, another pre-hung set, but to wrap it around, and where you could tie it around where you have a 360 shot. And I know a bunch of the guys I've talked to through there, that's kind of what they like to do, is they like to go around and they'll have a 360, and then they now created something. I think their new product has to do with the perch. So they put the perch in with the actual stick, whatever you want to call it. And now you got a platform stick. You can sit on it now. You can do all different things that's going to help the comfort level. I definitely plan on going tomorrow and talking to them and seeing that brand new setup as well. But I definitely agree with you. Like, what is it like walking in? Once you take those apart for the first time, is it the easiest getting it perfectly back in the bag, because it comes in a bag and everything.
If you don't cinch those down, you're going to sound like a band walking out of the woods.
Well, I think that's my biggest reservation with them. It's do they seem like they're probably lightweight? Yes. Does that allow you even more flexibility to get into varying shaped trees? Yes. However, when you're walking in the woods, all of this is going to be clanking around in that bag. Yeah. In addition to that, if you're going to do a pre-hung set, are you going to set them higher and then bring in one or two steps, and then this way nobody can come in and just take your steps? You know, they're up in the tree,
which I like doing.
You can bring in one stick, get in. Okay, now you're already 6 feet up and you're climbing into them. And there's a lot of questions with that. I'd like to find out. That's something we're going to ask some questions tomorrow. We're going to definitely visit the booth. We're probably going to spend a considerable amount of time in the archery hall tomorrow.
If you guys got anything you want us to look at, you know, shoot us a message. If you got a number, send us a message on Instagram, either myself, Chris, Mike, you know, because we're here. It's the last day tomorrow.
And if you're going to be at the show, please reach out to us. Like, you know, we've been saying it. We're going to be here. Mike, Dave, myself, we're all going to be here tomorrow. We'd love to meet up with anybody who's going to be at the show. You know, let's hit it. So, moving beyond the gear a little bit, I do want to, you know, kind of touch on something. Now we were able to check off some bucket list things tonight. Dave was able to meet a personal hero.
My little Alabama, Louisiana, whatever she is, little honeypot.
Look at Bianca smiling.
So originally the plan was to go meet with somebody tomorrow, because apparently the meeting time was at the same time as another bucket list item we were trying to do tonight. However, while we were walking by, it turns out Hannah Barron was just hanging out. So we took the opportunity to go chop it up and get some photos and hang out. And, you know, Dave hasn't wiped the smile off his face since.
Nope. So she's very cool. She's very down to earth. It was very nice of her. We did I don't want to say we bum rushed her. There was other people standing there for pictures, but she was more than gracious, very willing to take all the pictures for us. So, definitely shout out to Hannah. We appreciate it. That was very cool.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Unfortunately, Bianca was a little shy at first. So we were all able to, go hang out. We chopped it up. Then all of a sudden she had a meet and greet to go do, and Bianca didn't have the opportunity to take any photos with us. Fast forward a little bit, wouldn't you know it, they go back, they meet with Hannah. Now Bianca and Hannah are like best friends. They're going to Starbucks tomorrow morning for macchiatos. I have no explanation for it, but hey.
Bianca literally goes, "You think we can invite her to the wedding?" And, listen, I'm 100% okay with that. Listen, I would love that. I think we would all love that. But she was great. Her accent is.
Well, that's literally the first thing she said to me. She's like, "Where is that accent from?" Well, I'm like, "Listen to you."
Well, we were in line with somebody who's originally from Jersey, and now she lives up in PA, and she's like, every time I'm around people, they always point out our Jersey accent or our New York accent. We're like, no, we sound proper. You're the one that has the accent. Like,
for any of you in the rest of the country that's watching, this is how normal people sound.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Dave is from an ice. Listen, I told you the casting couch was set up. I had the panoramic view, and dude, I want to sit in my own little chair. I'm the king of the castle. The king of the castle. I have a chair.
Wait till you put me in the saddle. What do you think I'm gonna be doing?
So anyway, the rest of you guys from different parts of the country.
I sound like a monster.
You guys all have an accent. This is normal. Whatever the hell Dave speaks.
A mobster. He said a mobster. Okay.
Listen, that must be what is that? Dave's language comes from this small little secretive base. It's called Plum Island, where they do all kinds of bioweapons testing and all that. And apparently, everybody in that area off of Long Island developed this weird way to talk. So
David,
that's
I thought Tommy goes David East. Flatlander accent. All right.
Listen,
there's no rules tonight. I can take it.
All right. So tomorrow's going to be a big day. We got a lot of walking around to do.
For tuning in again.
Yes. Thank you everybody for bearing with us. We're going to get to why we were late.
Did you say hi to Bear?
What? Dave, calm down. Relax. All right. Not in this hotel. She's a couple hotels down.
Wait, nice hotel.
Her and Bianca are going out for drinks after this. We're going to dinner. She didn't tell us this. All right. I saw the text chat. They're going to hang out. We're left in the dark. Like whatever. It is what it is.
I'm gonna be sitting in bed and it's like it's 1 o'clock. Where are you?
Just getting selfies of her and Hannah like doing shots.
Doodling.
In the Susquehanna River.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. So we were a little late tonight. One of the things that kind of came about, was it last week? There was kind of a surprise announcement. None of us really knew about this in advance. The NRA decided to hold a presidential forum this year. This is the first time they've ever done it in the history of the Great American Outdoor Show. There was a number of speakers, both from the NRA and from another agency. So, needless to say, if anybody was paying attention to what happened earlier today, Dave was able to go live while I was actually filming, and the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, was giving the keynote address. We got this email last week, I think it was. It was a spontaneous announcement like last Friday night. I think Dave and I, it was after the show last week. We were sitting there having a few drinks, shooting the shit, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a second, hold up. So we made the decision. We're gonna go do this. We're gonna go see what the Don has to say. I don't want to steal the show, but he did not disappoint.
That boy could speak. You think I could speak after a couple whiskeys?
Donald came in. He gave an address, huge address, beautiful address. The speech was lovely. I love the speech.
It's a little warm in there.
Little warm.
A little dehydrated.
Little dehydrated.
We could have used
That's
a little
okay.
snack.
That's okay.
Nancy and Joe walking around with some ice cream, maybe.
That's okay, because Crooked Joe turned up the heat on you fine people. Beautiful people. I love you people. Anyway, I see we lost a bunch of viewers here, so obviously we're not pandering to the right crowd right now.
It was good. It was, I would say, if you're going to take anything away from that, obviously the American Outdoor Show is sponsored by the NRA. Obviously, we're all like-minded people here. If you're not a member of the NRA, look into it. That would be my suggestion. Look into it. It's not, yes, the Second Amendment is crucial for many reasons. That's a rabbit hole we're not going to go into tonight. But it's more than that. The NRA really does allow more behind the scenes, and a huge part of that is driven from people's memberships. So I'm a member. Yeah, I think you guys are, right?
Yeah.
So
Life member.
Chris is a lifetime member. There's a lot of people out there that are members. There's benefits that come with it. The NRA does a really good job. They make it worth it for you to be a member. And let's face it, for you guys in the Northeast, guys and girls in the Northeast, we need all the help we can get, all the protection we can get. So I will say that the NRA, if you're not a member, look into them. It really was, some pretty powerful speeches. Obviously, it was the right audience for it, but at the end of the day, too, they're out there for the hunters and the conservationists as well, which we all are. So that's it. We're going to take one thing away from that. Yes, we're seeing the Don great, absolutely. But the bigger message there, why he was there, is important. And we just wanted to let everybody know they did a good job. The NRA, shout out to you guys. If for some reason you see this,
yeah. If the NRA is watching, it'd be great. You guys put on a hell of a show tonight. Of course they're watching.
That's right.
The Secret Service is watching.
Well, yes. All right.
Yeah, that was a great way to
we did it. All right. The reason we had to cut the live short with Dave, and I had to cut my filming short, Don. Trump went on for a little while, and it was a little long-winded. So our phone batteries were critical while trying to film. But the one thing that I will say kind of happened that Dave and I have been joking about since towards the end of his address, the Secret Service said we were probably 50 yards from Trump. We had great seats. We were like right there. All of a sudden they were like pointing like right in our area. We're like, oh my.
And I'm like, what?
I'm like, try not to act suspicious. Don't film. Don't be okay.
We've been filming.
Don't be weird. It's okay. But it was like then there was guys coming around the fence. Then all of a sudden there was troopers lining up at like the exits by us. We're like, what? Don't look back. Don't act natural. Don't wait. If it's behind you, don't turn around. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be part of it.
It's like the start of a Netflix documentary.
Just so you guys know, all these jokes that we made in season 1, apparently they were listening, and an hour and a half into Don's speech, they figured out, they're like, yo, let's Pursuit Live, guys. Get guys over there. Let's Pursuit Live, guys, all right? Got to make sure. And maybe I took it the wrong way. Maybe they were looking at us saying, oh, shit, it's Pursuit Live, guys. We got to protect those guys up there. Those are big supporters up there. We got to make sure those guys are protected.
I don't think so.
I can't listen. I gotta keep listening.
You got a dream. You guys got a dream.
I don't know what was going on, but it was a funny point that we noticed in the speech. I will say this about the speech overall. Regardless of where you stand, politically, this November, get out and vote. As an American, you, the people, have the right to elect your leaders. All right, you have a say in how this country is governed. So, that being said, if you're not a registered voter, please register to vote this November. Get out and vote. This is a very, I don't think it's a secret where we stand politically, but this is a very crucial time for our country, and
Drinking a good stuff.
Thanks, Chris. I'm just going to leave it at that. So if you're not registered, please register. If you're already registered, please make every effort to get out and vote. Recapping the Don speech, I mean, you'll see if you didn't see the live, you'll see the highlights that we put up later. If you're planning on voting Republican, he means business this time. He's not pulling any punches, and a lot is going to get done in a very short amount of time. So we'll leave that where it is. It's not a political endorsement.
Yeah, I don't want to go too far down.
We'll leave it at that. So, but we were able to go. We were able to see the dawn. So if nothing else, it was cool just to be, to check that off. Yeah, I thought it was a cool experience. It was a cool experience being able to be close enough to hear him and actually hear his voice versus what was actually on the microphone.
Yes. Being
that close, it was an experience. And not to delve into previous lives, having, we won't get into that. But
there was a vibe. I even said that to you. There was a whole, like what you don't see on camera is the true energy. Like when I will say this, when you hear about these debates that he goes to and these fundraisers, the energy that maybe the announcers or the broadcaster may talk about, it's real. I mean, this was how many people do you think fit in that, Chris? 2,000 people. Let's call it 2,000 people to be conservative.
We'll post the stats later because I actually am curious to look up what the large arena.
3/4 full. Let's just go.
3/4. I would say that there was 5% of the seats empty.
No, I'm saying that whole section behind the stage. I'm saying as far as the venue.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you.
Yeah. So it's roughly like 3/4 of the way full.
I would say 80%.
Yeah. So let's call it 2,000 people. I mean, they're packed to the gills and nonstop. They blasting music in between speeches. They're walking around with T-shirt cannons. Like I'm telling you, it's like a vibe. It's like I was at the Knicks game, in between quarters or something. Guys walking around just blasting T-shirts everywhere. That's you can't fake that. You can't fake the admiration that a lot of people have for President Trump. Yep. So
the one thing you can fake, though, and he made this very clear, as well as the spokesman of the NRA and apparently everybody that was in attendance, apparently you can fake the news because, and I will post a photo of the media section
with half the lights on, half the lights off.
They were not feeling any love tonight.
No,
not one bit.
No,
and no, I mean I get it, and Trump even said, "Listen, I'm happy they're here. That's part of America. Is we have to have a free and independent press to be able to deliver the news. They deliver it how they want." But they were definitely not the popular people in the room, and it was very clear. So,
yes, but now the spin to that is like we still have a fight. We're always going to have that uphill battle because of what we enjoy. What we enjoy is the outdoors, hunting, fishing. So when it comes to hunting, there's weapons involved. Let's just face it, whether it's a bow, a rifle, a shotgun, pistol, whatever it may be, there's weapons involved. And for some people, if they're not brought up with it, that's fine. They don't know about it. They haven't experienced it. They don't know what that true connection is that a lot of us here know about. That's why you hear a lot of us preach. We have to be very cautious about maybe, and I'm not saying pander. I say you're never going to hear us be like, bow down or anything like that. But just being cautious, being smart, being proactive, like with all of our accounts here. It would really suck if one of us we had a lapse in judgment and we posted something or we put something up like maybe within our group we would think was funny or something, and then you post it. And out of the world, it's out there for the world. It's people that love hunting and then people who are diehard against it.
That's how you get the Secret Service talking on the radio pointing at you.
You don't want that. You don't want the alphabet boys after you. But seriously, there's just little messages that we like to touch on sometimes. We're not going to go into it here. Tonight's just kind of a quick recap. But anybody that is doing anything remotely on social media and you're doing it for the outdoor space, whatever it may be, that's awesome. That's great. Just be conscious how quick people can see what you're posting and who it goes to. It doesn't just go to the core group that is going to have that same mindset with you. So as outdoors men and women, gun owners, men and women, you just got to be smart. Just do the right thing. Just always do the right thing. Be conscious of what you're doing. Help others, support others the right way. And that's honestly a big part of his speech tonight. And the NRA the same way. It's like there's no reason we all basically just can't get along. So Yeah, and load up on ammo. Yeah, ammo helps. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Ammo definitely helps. Get it while you can. So that's Tommy and not right. So you guys in New York, guys, you get it. It's Squatch, same thing. It's not easy getting ammo in New York. Again, we're not going to go down. We're not going to do these full political rabbit holes. It's just not worth it for us. But yes, we're all on the same page. We know there's certain laws that should not be in existence, but we can talk about that in person or not on Instagram Live. I'll put it
Right.
that way.
Because here at Pursuit Live, I do want to make one thing very clear. We categorically are absolute proponents of the 21st Amendment. Cheers.
Good for you. Pinkies up. We doing pinkies up?
Pinkies up.
I'm at ice. They give me no ice. They put baby in the corner.
Well, you know,
Freaking rocking and rolling.
listen, we had you set up on the couch.
Yeah, you could have joined us right here.
You put yourself.
I did put baby in.
And almost fell like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, the first one was real.
The
First one was real.
So yeah, so there's several things that we advocate for. The First Amendment, obviously, the Second Amendment, obviously, but the 21st, that's the real one.
So anyway, I think this whole crew here, especially Mike and Bianca, thank you for picking us up tonight. We gotta get some dinner in us.
Yeah.
So we appreciate everybody tuning in. Definitely here for this quick recap. Anybody that watched earlier, I got to see Trump. That's posted. Go check it out. Share that with some people. That's pretty cool. I was talking with Chris before. For $25 and maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours tops of waiting in line, not what we waited in the venue. That's pretty cool. We had a chance to see him speak. He's definitely a polarizing figure. He's going to be in history books for one reason or another. So we got to see him. It's pretty cool. Now we got great company. We got Mike and Bianca with us. We're going to go grab some dinner. And again, reach out to us tomorrow. If you guys are coming tomorrow, reach out to us either way. And, we'll probably have a couple lives going, whatever booth we're at. So, Mike, thank you for joining.
Got any parting thoughts,
Thank you for
Mike?
picking us up.
No, I mean, listen, we're having a hell of a time. Great day one for you guys. Great day 2 for us. Can't wait for tomorrow.
That's it, man.
We'll have a lot in store tomorrow, and thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for having me.
It's about that camaraderie. This is where we met. This is the
Oh,
first
yeah,
time
yeah,
me and Mike
this
got
is-
to meet.
This is where we met.
Yeah.
Look at that.
You guys
look
love
at that.
Listen,
You guys love me.
After the show, we're gonna have a big group hug.
We're gonna
cry.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I
cry
will
about
not.
it.
Sure,
We're
we're
gonna sob. There's gonna be tissues. This is such a wonderful moment. And Bianca's gonna be sitting in the corner saying, "What the
If you guys
fuck
don't
is
hear
wrong
from
with
me
these
tomorrow,
assholes?"
send help.
Maybe I will not marry.
Send help to the orchard wall. All right.
So with that, I want to thank everybody for bearing with us. I know we're a little late tonight, but listen, we love bringing the show to you guys. We promised you guys we would be here. We're sorry it was a little late, but we are here, and we did want to give you the recap. So, Mike, thank you for taking the time to sit with us and bearing with us while we were at the show doing our thing and you were doing your thing. Bianca, thank you for putting up with all of this.
She was the co-pilot, man, and the DJ. That's important.
Oh, that's it. It's very important.
As we're running through traffic to get picked up.
So with that, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you're going to be at the show tomorrow, please reach out to Dave or myself or Mike. We'd love to meet up with you guys, except for Frank. Frank, don't even bother calling us. We don't want to hang out.
There's no giveaways.
Yeah, there's no giveaways. So Frank, you're done. Don't worry about it. With that, thank you everybody. If you haven't already, head over to pursuitenergy.com. Use code 10LIVE while you're there to save 10% on your energy drink purchases. Dave, I'll leave you with a parting thought.
What's for dinner?
You heard it. All right.
That's it. That's all I got. We got to go. Man.
Everybody, have a good night. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you again next week, 7:30 on Friday. You won't want to miss it.
You guys are awesome. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great night.